Hello everyone, welcome to Vishesh Educational Videos. In this video, I am explaining about different types of data types that is supported in SQL. Along with that, I am also explaining how to create the table in the SQL. Data definition is purely related to create the definition of your database. That means the creating the table for your database, that is creating the relation for your database. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, and to get the notification of my new videos, please click the bell icon, and please don't forget to like the video, and please don't forget to share the video with your friends. So let me begin the explanation of data definition, that is create table statement of SQL. Along with that, different types of data types that is supported in SQL. So you know that SQL uses the terms table, row, column for the formal relational model. That means you know that if I say a relational model, there the information will be in the form of table. Each row in the table is a record or a tuple, and each column in the table represents the attribute of the table. You know that, right? So SQL command for data definition is create statement. Data definition means, so what data definition contains the format of data that needs to be stored in the database. In other words, I can call it as a catalog or a metadata, right? A catalog or a metadata. For example, see here, you can see here in the create table employee, there are attributes called fname, mint, last name, ssn, right? You can see there what is the format you are going to store. For example, fname is stored in the varchar, that is character format, and again mminit is stored in the character format, ssn is stored in the character, birth date is stored in the date format. So that means it is telling in which format you have to store your data. That's why data definition means it is going to tell how you are going to store your data in the database. That's why the data definition, right? If we want to create the format for the particular data that needs to be stored in a database, you can do that using the create statement. You can create tables to store your data. That's why so create statement is used for data definition, right? So see here, catalog is one and the same, metadata is also one and the same. Metadata means data that defines another data. For example, birth date, whatever the birth date you are going to store in your database, and that birth date should be in the form date data type, right? To store the birth date, you are using a date data type. So it is telling that your birth date should be in the form like dd, yy, or right, sir, or dd, yy, like that. Hope you are understanding, guys. I don't want to confuse you guys. So SQL, right, create statement is mainly used to create the tables in simple words, right? So SQL schema is identified by a schema name. You know that schema or a database is one and the same in terms of DBMS, right? So if you want to create the schema, right, you can create the schema using a create schema statements, right? You can see there example, create schema company. You are creating a schema company, that means you are creating the database company, and you are giving authorization who can use the database or who can use that schema. Means a user named Vishesh. Vishesh can use the schema company, or Vishesh can use the database company. He is having the super privileges, right? Right? And the schema elements include, that means database elements include tables. In a database, your information will be in the form of tables. Also, along with the tables, you can use constraints, conditions on the tables. Also, different views can be extracted from your tables, like that. Hope you are understanding, guys. So in simple words, Data definition means you are going to create the table for your relational database, right? So right, so catalog and metadata is also one and the same. So you are creating the table means you are creating the metadata, because you are telling in which format your data should be there, right? Metadata is a data that describes another data. Here varchar is describing your data should be in character format, right? Like that. Hope you're understanding. I don't want to confuse you guys, right? So you can see the syntax for the create table statement now. So the create table command is used to specify the new relation. That means create table command is used to create the new table. So to create a table, you should give a name to the table, and also along with the name you should specify the attributes, and also what type of data you have to use, data type you have to specify while creating the table. And also if any constraints are there, you can use the constraints. You can write give the constraints. You can use the constraints in your tables also. I will explain that with the example. So first see here, in a create table statement, the attributes are specified first, and each attribute should given a name. Data type is to specify data type you have to use for each attribute, right? And also constraints like not null, those constraints can be used in a create table statement. And also some key integrity constraint, referential integrity constraints can be specified within the create table statement. And also if you want to alter the table, you can use a command alter table to change the table values, to change the table format. You can use a alter table command. Now I will take the example, you will understand this in a more better way. You can see here, so I am creating a table employee. You can see there create table statement I am using. So what is the table name here? Employee is the table name, and I am including the attributes in the table. What are the attributes of the employee here? First name, last name, SSN, birth date, address, sex, salary, super SSN, department number. So you can see there I am specifying the attributes for the table, right? Attributes are nothing but a characteristics of your table. So these are all nothing but characteristics of a employee. So along with the attributes, you have to specify the data type for your attributes. For every attribute I used different data types like varchar, char, date, decimal, right, int, like that. For every attribute I have to specify the data type. Along with the data type, you can specify the constraints also. I told you conditions can also be specified while creating the table. You can see you are telling that your name should not be null. This is the condition, not null constraint. Your name should not be null, right? Your last name should not be null. Your birth date should not be null. Your department number should not be null, like that. You can specify the condition. If you, for example, after creating the table, if you skip this value for the first name, it will show the message your first name can't be null because you have declared the constraint not null. Hope you are understanding, right? In the same way as the employee, I created the other tables like department location, project, works on table, and a dependent table. All these tables are created in the company database. You can see there for each table the attributes are there. Along with that, some data types you have to use. You have to use data types also. Along with that, you have to use constraints also. And one more important thing, I told you, you can use entity integrity constraint and referential integrity constraints also in a create table statement. You can see here, this is the example for that. You can see primary key, this is the entity integrity constraint. right? Entity integrity constraint means what? Primary key should not be null. So in the department table, you are telling that department number should not be null. If it's a primary key, your SQL by default it understands that department number is a primary key and it should not be null. And you are specifying the foreign key constraint, that is referential integrity constraint. You are telling that so a manager SSN should be within the employee SSN, because manager is also a employee, right? Manager is also a employee. That's why manager SSN should be within the employee SSN only. That is the referential integrity constraint. Also you are specifying other constraints as unique. What is the name you are giving to the department should be unique. That is each and every department name should be different. No name should be repeated. You can see, right? I can use primary key, foreign key constraints, that is the entity integrity constraint and the referential integrity constraint while creating the table also. Hope you understood, guys. So data definition means, in a simple words, you can create the tables that are needed for the relational database. Data definition, that means data is going to be defined in the form of tables. You are going to create the table and you are going to store your data in the table, right? Hope you understood. So each table contains attributes and also data types for every attribute and also constraints for every attribute, and also along with that I can specify entity and referential integrity constraints also while creating the tables for your relational database. So table and the relation one and the same. Next, what are the different types of data types that are supported in your SQL, right? So first data type is a numeric data types. So in that, if I say a numeric data types, so their integer numbers can be stored. So integer numbers of various sizes like integer or int or small int, right? I can use this different types of data types, integer, int or small int, to store the numeric values. Floating point, next type is floating point or real. So floating point is mainly used to store the real numbers, that is right, decimal point. So for example 2.5, 2.6, 2.83 like that. So to store the real number or floating point number, you can use a data type like float, real or double, precision. And also in floating point you can use formatted numbers. Formatted numbers like decimal of I comma j or decimal of I comma j, sorry, dec of I comma j, numeric of I comma j. That means, for example, see, decimal 3 comma 2, that is example I am giving you. So here I is the precision, that is total number of decimal digits. 3 comma 2 means 3 comma 2, decimal 3 comma 2, 3 digits will be there. For example 2 point, for example 3 comma 2, yeah, 2.32. see, after point, what is the value? 2. J tells after the point how many digits should be there, how many digits should be there after the point. That is going to tell. J is the scale. Scale means number of digits after the decimal point. For example 3 comma 2 means 2.32 will be the example like. So what is the total number of decimal digits? 3, that is 2.32. After the point how many digits are there? 2 comma 3 means, sorry, 3 comma 2 means after the decimal point 2 digits should be there. So decimal of 3 comma 2, total 3 digits, after the decimal point 2 digits, 2.32 is the example like that. So E is the total number of digits, but J is specify the number of digits after the decimal point. Hope you understood, right? That is the floating point. You can store the real numbers, right? Hope you are understanding. Next is character string data types. So in a character there are two types, fixed length and varying length. So fixed length character means you can use char or character data types where n is the number of characters. For example, char of 5, that means your value should be within the range 5. For example, char of 5 means, right, so whatever the letter you are going to type should be within the 5 only. The length is fixed. More than 5 you can't add because the size what you have declared here is char of 5. Hope you are understanding. Varying length means, so the see varchar of n, right, where n is the maximum number of characters. So instead of character, so if you want to vary the length, here the length is not fixed, it's varied, right? So you can use varchar, right, where n is the maximum number of characters, right? So you can use varchar or char to store the characters, right? Next, bit string data types. So you can use to store the bits, bit of n. If you are using a varying length, fixed length means bit of n, varying length means bit varying of n. N specifies the maximum number of bits. And also, right, you can use bit string data type called binary large object, blob. Blob is also available to specify columns that have large binary values such as images. To store large values you can use blob also. Large number of bits. Images contains a large number of bits, right? That's why. So if you want to store that image related information in the form of bits, you can go for a blob. Next is Boolean data type. You know that Boolean means two values, either true or false, right? In SQL, because of the presence of null values, a three-valued logic is used. So third possible value for a Boolean data type is unknown, right? So here don't get confused about the null valued logic. I will explain that null value logic in the upcoming videos. So far you should understand that Boolean data type means you can the values can be either true or false. Next is a date data types. This date data type has 10 positions and its components are year, month and day. For example, YYYY that is first year, next month, after date. So these formats can be changed. First you can include day, then month, after year. You can change this, but by default it will be in the form of YYYY, that is 4 years, 4Y because 2021 you need 4 Ys. So 202, that is month, date 01, like that. So right, you can change these formats, that is also possible. By default this is the format. Next, along with the date you can use a time data type also. So the time data type has 8 positions, at least 8 positions, with a component hour, minute and seconds. You can see there HH means hours, MM means minute, SS means seconds. Time, here also you can change the format. First you can include minutes, then hour, then seconds, or first second, then minute, then after minute, then hour. You can change that, it is possible. But so far these are the default values for date and time. Next, timestamp. So timestamp includes date and time fields plus a minimum of 6 position for decimal fraction of second and an optional time zone qualifier. Timestamp, so what is the size? 6 positions for fractions of seconds. So you can display the seconds in fractions, and also time zone information will be there in a timestamp. So minimum 6 positions you can use, right, for a decimal fractions of seconds along with the time zone, right? And lastly, interval. So interval data type related to date, time and timestamp, right? So this interval means a relative value can be used to increment or decrement the absolute value of date, time or timestamp. If you want to change the value of date, time, or timestamp, for example, if you want to specify the interval like 5 seconds for 10 seconds, you have to specify the range. If you want to change the fixed value of the time, you can go for this interval. You can fix the interval, you can fix the range. Getting, guys? So hope you understood the concepts. Suppose if you have any doubts, please post your doubts in the comment section. Thank you for watching the video.